All right, guys. With that down, let's talk about this, shall we? You know, one of the big films that come out the other year that actually didn't quite live up to its potential at the box office anyway was Mission Impossible: Dead Reckoning Part 1, now simply known as Dead Reckoning, because they very wisely took away that last thing. Now, of course, I thought the movie was pretty good. I didn't think it was one of the best Mission Impossible movies, but I was still entertained by it. I thought it was a pretty good, fun time at the movie theater. They did some spectacular stunts. Of course, we saw the motorcycle stunt about 10,000 times by the time the movie came out.
Yeah.
Because they previewed it all the time, and it was good. You know what's funny? The train sequence was almost more breathtaking to me than the motorcycle sequence. That train sequence was amazing. But anyway, now we've been waiting for Mission Impossible. I believe we're on 8 now. And instead of calling it Dead Reckoning Part 2, they changed it to Final Reckoning. Now, they've actually started test screening it. Now, 95% of the time when you hear reports about test screenings, it's absolute total bullshit and lies, unless it comes from the studio. This is coming to us from the film director, who's saying there was literally people saying they nearly had heart attacks watching test screenings of Mission Impossible Part 8. This comes to us from Deadline, who write the following. They said, Christopher McQuarrie, director of Mission Impossible: The Final Reckoning, is teasing the Tom Cruise movie, and audiences are seemingly in for a thrilling film. In what is reportedly the final film of the franchise starring Cruise, McQuarrie said that an audience member at an early screening had quite the reaction. We had a small screening, and someone said, I was suffocating through the entire sequence. I almost had a heart attack. And I thought, I guess we did something right, McQuarrie told Empire, according to Games Radar. All right. So the question at this point is, do we expect anything less from Tom Cruise? I think, like, it seems like ever since, I don't know, I'm trying to think, what was the first big stunt he did where everybody went, oh my God, he did this? I mean, maybe the one that we all paid attention to was when he was like on the outside of that building in Dubai.
That's what it was. For sure it was that.
Yeah, was that the first where everybody took notice?
Yeah.
And then
because that to this day, my heart drops a little bit.
Oh, yeah. That makes me feel real bad in my stomach.
Like when he loses the suction
like,
and he drops and then he catches again.
Yeah. It makes my stomach flip each time. Oh,
it's not a good feeling. And then ever since then, he's been on this constant thing to top himself. Then was that one time where he literally hung onto the side of the plane as it took off. Then he was piloting his own helicopters. And then, you know, the motorcycle jump. You know what my favorite one still is, though? You wouldn't really think about it just watching it on screen, but it's in The Mummy. In The Mummy, they have that scene where they're on a plane and it starts tumbling out of control and the plane is rolling and all this kind of stuff. To properly capture that, they literally took an aerial vehicle to the edge of outer space where they start to lose gravity.
Right.
So they could do it and make it look the most realistic, as if a plane was going out of control. I remember when we saw the little behind the scenes and how they pulled that off. I'm like, this guy is a madman. Like Tom Cruise is like literally a madman. And now apparently, of course, he's going to go into outer space to make a movie. But whatever. So I personally am not surprised at all to hear that like early audiences are seeing this and going, "Oh my God, I was suffocating watching this thing." Look, I don't expect anything less from Tom Cruise. I certainly don't expect anything less from Christopher McQuarrie. And while, again, I confess that I don't think Dead Reckoning was the best of the Mission Impossible, I still had a good time with it. I still thought it was a good, entertaining, well-put-together film. It was a little bit convoluted, but I'm going to believe they're going to be able to course-correct any of the mistakes they made, and I am really looking forward to this. Chris, what do you think of McQuarrie's comments here, and where's your anticipation level right now, if anything at all, for Final Reckoning?
Guys, we want to take a second to thank a sponsor of today's video, Prize Picks. Are you guys like me, both a movie and a sports fan? Well, if so, then you know that the playoffs are here and it's now or never. If you love football and want to add some real excitement to the games, let me tell you about Prize Picks, the best place for your daily fantasy sports. So here's how it works. It's super simple. You just pick more or less on player projections. Think Patrick Mahomes will throw more than 1.5 touchdowns this week, or maybe Lamar Jackson will get over 250 passing yards. Make your picks in less than a minute and take your shot at winning up to 1,000 times your cash. Ann and I have been having a blast using Prize Picks every weekend. It's simple, it's fun, and it just makes watching the games that much more exciting. Plus, Prize Picks puts you first. With easy, fast, secure withdrawals, you can get your winnings in as little as 15 minutes, and they make deposits even easier. And right now, if you sign up today, you get $50 instantly when you play just $5. You don't even need to win to receive the $50 bonus. It's guaranteed. So don't wait. Download the app today and use the code CAMPEA to get $50 instantly after playing your first $5 lineup. That's right. Play for just $5 and you get a $50 bonus instantly. Prize Picks. Run your game.
I have no excitement about this movie.
Oh
I'm
my
so
God.
sorry. I'm so sorry, everyone. I just want to be honest of just these are fun and the stunts are interesting and everything. It's just usually something that I don't gravitate towards these days. I don't know. I enjoyed the last one that had kind of some of the AI elements and things like that in there. I think it was really interesting. For some reason, these just aren't movies that I rush out to. I'm so glad, though, that other people enjoy these. And I love that an audience member had this very visceral reaction to this. Because you got to remember, and I know I harp on it, but to insure Tom Cruise on these films is absolutely insane. It is estimated, given the budget for Dead Reckoning Part 1, that his insurance costs somewhere between $2.9 million and $4.4 million. The exact amount I couldn't find. To insure him.
Oh my God.
Because
that's more than some indie films' entire budgets.
Exactly. It is a huge liability that he takes these on. The dude just loves risk. He is an absolute adrenaline junkie. There is no doubt about it. And it's great that he can showcase these kinds of stunts and get that thrill for himself while delivering some really, really cool performances for people. Because obviously these movies, for the most part, they've stood the test of time. People seem to like them. The numbers on the most recent one were disappointing, and hopefully more people will turn up for this one. How did it do once it hit streaming? I can't remember if it had a resurgence.
I don't remember.
Did well.
Did it do
Yeah,
well?
Did it do well? Okay. Well, then hopefully that'll get
VOD.
some more people in theaters to see this one. Because I will say this about Tom Cruise. He is such an advocate for the film industry and getting things right when it comes to safety, when it comes to getting things on big screens. He seems to really love this industry and really wants to continue to fuel it. So I really would love for these big tentpole movies of his to do well just for that alone.
All right, guys, question is for you. What do you think about this? I mean, Christopher McQuarrie is saying people are saying they nearly had heart attacks watching the new film. Where is your anticipation level? Maybe you didn't appreciate Dead Reckoning all that much and your appreciation level dropped a bit. Maybe you're not that excited for it. I still am. Whatever you guys think, jump down to the comment section below and let us know your thoughts.